Hi guys and welcome back. This is Crossy for Endpoint TV and we're into the third and final deciding map. And well, maybe wasn't expecting that to happen. Had to smash through my lunch quicker than it takes for Guardian to buy an AWP and get a 20 bomb. And he's certainly been the man to watch throughout the first couple of maps that we've gone through. But Endpoint were able to bring it home in the first OT on Train, their map choice. We now find ourselves on Inferno. Endpoint starting off on the CT side. Two players getting themselves towards Banana, Crucial and Robin. Showing themselves there, and they're first in the position as well. I've been maybe a little critical in the past of some past Endpoint lineups that have been maybe a little too aggressive on Banana on CT side. I'll see if that's still going to be the play. And if it creates any problems as well. I think we will also see the AWP become a little bit of a factor. So probably far less impressive on Inferno than it is on Train. It always has its moments. Guardian first to show up Banana. In the meantime, his teammates getting ready to work towards A. Aiken opens his account by smashing his teammate in the back of the head with his Glock. He tries to shoot towards Pit. He makes amends for that with a frag though on the bomb site, and Kreese drops into the pit. Able to find Surreal in there, who did a good job of staying alive as long as he did with T swarming all around him. Kreese tapping away, finds a second in the pit, make it a third on Crucial on the way out of Library. That's going to be a 4K for him as well as he finds the last man at Quad, working away in the pit, and that's first round on the board. I think the first couple of times there, Endpoint have struggled a little bit on the first half in particular. They'll be wanting a much stronger showing here if they can. Again, facing towards top of mid, Aiken down to 1 HP, but he's got the AK in hand. And a teammate alongside him towards top of mid to try and prevent that AK falling into Endpoint hands. Kreese adding to his 4K in the first round. Making good use of that as Bubble grabs the AK off of the 1 HP guy. Switching up instead for the MAC-10. 200% kill bonus with that scrub weapon. And useful if you can get a few frags with it. Crucial. Out towards balcony, finds one. See blue all around. Flames completely missed the guy next to him, but he's able to swing around and get the shot anyway. And oh, what a shot that is as well on Bubble towards the bottom of Banana. This catches him unawares, and that's brought numbers in favour of Endpoint as they bring themselves onto the bomb site. Gets the plant down. Right, everyone but Robin has been well and truly lit up. I don't know how Crucial hasn't got the kill from there as he gets charged by Aiken, and Ship's able to do some good work as well. Set up a crossfire which Robin walks into, and the only 100 HP player left on the server goes down in the crossfire. Very little he could do from there. And it was close, but there's going to be a 2-0 lead that gets opened up here. Guardian just holding mouse one, waiting for players to run into his streamer bullets. Full eco bash though, so Can't really expect too much from this situation, as the third round should be coming quite comfortably onto the board. Guardian grabbing the final frag. And 3-0 it's going to be. Full spend coming in from Endpoint now. Bit of a bonus round for the T's if they can grab this one, as they keep all of their weapons from last time out. Endpoint essentially fully committed into this. And they does some pretty serious damage to Flames in particular. 3 players stacking towards top of Banana. Our teams end up in a bit of a skirmish. Flames and Mighty Max both dented heavily to less than half HP. They would have to be wary of nades, but aside from the one in Surreal's hand, there's none on the server, as Aiken now working over towards A. Finds a frag, and this T approach, they're doing a nice job of spreading out, leaving someone hanging behind, waiting for things to open up as they go. Crucial finds Guardian, he's walking through. Again, just being the distraction, being the decoy. Cutting some seconds off the clock for these 3 players if they want to try and make a play on the B bomb site, and they are not. Recognising they're on the much tougher side as far as economy goes, and we're looking to keep those weapons and protect. Hope that it gives them enough firepower into the next round. Famous and M4 going to the hands of the fallen comrades. We see the setup again, that the main attention is towards Banana. He got Crease, he's going to be working over towards A, he's trying to grab a player if he can. Cause problems, and Crucial could be in strife here. So he drops away completely before the smoke dissipates. So we'll have an opportunity to maybe refrag that if he was quick, but he's not. See, though, the play comes back from the other bomb site. Bubble doing damage from there. And the T's have a choice of either site, really, where they want to work. 1 player left on B, so maybe that's going to be their plan, to go back and work from there. And it seems like that is the idea now. Crucial expects that. And from CT side, that's a nice spot for him to hold with the AWP. Oh, 10 seconds. Bomb gets dropped in mid. Bubble, 3 players left to find. Can't get the bomb in time. Well, he's dropping guns out of hands and puts another 3K on the board. No, nothing really came of that in the end. First real stumble really in that T approach. And they're working it nicely and they're applying pressure somewhere, but they've still got the man hanging behind to check out what's happening on the other bomb site. Not leaving anyone too exposed, but just ran out of time more than anything else. Couldn't decide on where to enter. We're looking to address that next time out. Plenty of utility flying towards the top of Banana, and Robin has to fall out there with 3 HP after catching plenty of the flying equipment. No challenge, but Endpoint showing so aggressively towards the top of Banana. And again, absolutely hammered. It's worked out this time, though. They've drawn that line in the sand. Challenging the T's to really come after him. It seems to be working quite well, but they've got a 3v2 man advantage for this play on 2A. 2A players going to be sitting down in the pit. Try and make it as difficult as possible for them to be spotted. They've given the game away a little bit by throwing that utility out from the pit. So position is known. So we see the timer ticking away, 15 seconds left to go. So need to get a bomb plant out of this as Surreal shows himself. He gets one and strafes across the balcony to get the second. Leaving Guardian 5 players to find. Bomb dropped. Too passive, too slow. Unable to really get any executes going here. Towards the top of Banana, trying to engage. Flames from Robin catching utility again. Dented down, losing HP. But they're not then getting challenged by opposing players trying to make an entry into that bomb site. It doesn't really matter taking a bit of splash damage. Wait and see what the plan's going to be. Endpoint using all the tricks in the book. They got the boost in this time. Boost on top of crates and then the boost on top of flowers. 2 areas that you can use. You know, once you use them once, their effectiveness really drops off. You know, you've got players going to be looking for those. Bomb plant comes in. Bubble on low HP going to fall away. Molotov in the hands of Crucial. Or Incendiary if we want to be picky. It's going to be curtains for him if he catches that. And Garden tries to step and instantly cut down. Really nice shot. Already a better start in this first half for Endpoint. It's definitely something they'll be pleased with. So it was an uphill battle as Flames and Max this time working together. Thanks for the Tech 9, retrieves himself an AK. in a position to cause uproar getting into CT. But he doesn't have the bomb. He's nowhere near away from finding it either. No opportunities to drop any guns at B. And the remaining players falling out towards bottom and banana to halt any attempts they might make to rush. Have to wait the 30 seconds or so for the timer to tick down. Kree's making no interest in trying to pick up a frag here. Endpoint making no attempts to try and hunt him down either. That's going to be quite happy with the stalemate. Let's go bring it back to 4-all. Endpoint about to take the lead potentially in a first half, which will be a bit of a turn up for how this match has gone so far. I think a real sign of a momentum shift in their direction in the course of this match as the crossfire gets set up. Mighty Max picks up at 3. Chance for more if he wants it. He's going to have to go and look for them though towards the bottom of banana. Looks like instead it's going to be his teammate ready to collect the spoils. Flames and Robin do the clean-up work, sweeping the remaining 2 guys under the carpet, and it is 5-4 in favour of Endpoint. It's a first half in this match. They have the lead. But now we're looking to really turn the screw. Maybe double figures would be a good thing for them to get to. They can try to lead the charge, and this is where they've come unstuck, trying to get aggressive and in their face. One flash has completely stopped the push from coming in. Tech9, stream of bullets, switched out with the M4 that he was able to pick up in that little exchange. And now they have full control of the bomb site. It just shows how quickly things can turn around. Endpoint looked like they had the measure. Crucial just going to look for exits with that AWP. Make sure that stays safe. Yeah, I think full commit onto the banana, end up bringing that home. The way the Endpoint guys are playing it, getting up and pushing towards car, etc. If you're catching nades and a little bit of fire before you drift away from it, that's okay. It's not the end of the world. But when one flash can completely blind you and then they can just run in and get right up in your face, it doesn't really matter what gun they've got in hand. Now they'll probably be able to take you out of the equation before you can even react. Little deadlock to be broken again, 5-all. showing again. Flames gets one, gets two with the spray down towards the bottom of Banana. Another player there as well. But doesn't get too greedy and falls away instead. Now Flames top of the shop for Endpoint on train. In the early going here towards Inferno. He's doing the same thing once again. As he's come into the lineup for a player that we've seen on the stream plenty of times put up some big scores. And so he's setting his stall out to do exactly the same thing for this new Endpoint lineup. It's very exciting times as Kreese though finds him, takes him out in the end with that nade. Down goes Kreese, gets the bomb plant, puts the money in the bank. That's all she wrote for round number 11. They'll jump onto the scoreboard again. There's still some money left for the T's after this spend. Up in the hands of Aiken. Catches a couple of nades. Risky business getting that close up with the AWP so early on in the round towards Banana. Going to catch everything moving in your direction. It gives you even less sort of flexibility with the AWP. And now looking towards the bottom of mid. That's the trouble that you have on Inferno with the AWP, is that sometimes you have times where you're just sitting watching an angle, expecting that the guy probably isn't going to step there. But you haven't really got the flexibility or the maneuverability to step out somewhere like mid, react to where the shot's coming from, and then hit it as well. Not impossible, but difficult. And you kind of have to wait for your teammates to come and back you up. Surreal getting one, and again time is of the essence. The smokes making it difficult for these guys to see where Endpoint are sitting on the bomb site. They're just being patient. 5 seconds left to go. Need to play for frags, otherwise it just ain't gonna happen. As the time ticks away, it just didn't happen. Surreal finds the last two as well. Good job from him. And this is surprising, actually. I know that the T's just a mixed team that have come together for this competition, and misfires are the kind of things that you expect to see a little more from a mix, but you've got to make an adjustment if you're finding that you're constantly running out of time. I see what they're trying to do. Show at one site, and then bide their time and maybe switch back towards the others. But credit has to go to Endpoint for being patient, sticking to their roles, not being drawn out too quickly or over-rotating. You see they're just absorbing the pressure here onto these bomb sites. Crucial's got two from Graveyard somehow with the AWP. With players moving all around him, that's impressive stuff. This is a tough retake, but It's the kind of thing Endpoint needs to be able to show they can make. Oh, Bubble though finds him from the pit. In Flames again, ready to become the hero. I think he knows about where that second guy is. Yeah, does exactly that, Aiken able to come out on top. 7-6. Endpoint still with a slender advantage. I'm looking to hammer that home if they can, get 9-6 on the board. Go into this without being so much on the back foot. Point players catching nades again. Has done absolutely nothing to them. That one though on Bubble, taken down to half HP. Flames goes for the jumper. I don't know how Bubble's come away with that one, but he has. Found the player on the jump. Brought back to a 4v4, and in theory that's going to work in favour of the T's. I've got a softer approach onto the A site if they want to stick with their pretty standard approach. Show towards B and then wrap to A. You know, this pressure that they're applying as well, the two B players can't really rotate back and cover that gap. And if they are, it's not going to be particularly... they're going to have to be quiet with it as well, so they're not revealing that a player has just dropped off of that bomb site. Crucial with 2. 30 seconds left to go, so time isn't so much of an issue this time, but Robin and Max swing through, 8-6. Everything's starting to click together nicely now. Economy not perfect on the Endpoint side. They want to be careful that they are rebuying as few weapons as possible for the final round. Instead, this is crucial. Walks out mid. That's kind of obvious mistake, really, and that's allowed for the T's to work much faster than they have, really. You know, their cadence has been much slower than this as they've approached their T side. They're able to find Surreal without losing anyone. Gives them some good site control. And yeah, they've only really had one other round where it was at least effortless, where they just barreled through into B. Maybe showed that working faster would have been a better play for them. Looks like 8-7 is going to be the result. And it is, as Flames gets picked up. I'll wait for the second half to get underway. We're in the deciding map. If you're late to join us in the DreamHack CSGO Open Fall 2020 Open Qualifier, the winner of this match gets themselves a spot in the closed qualifier. Endpoint went down in the first map on Dust 2 and then brought it home in overtime on their map choice of Train. So we find ourselves here on Inferno. Endpoint putting together the best first half of the 3 maps that we're seeing so far, 8-7. And we're looking to try and bring that thing home now as we get into the second half. So probably the most notable of the opposition The man we're looking at right now, Guardian, the legendary AWPer. We go in the second half. So if Endpoint are going to learn from the lessons going fast towards mid. They do manage to find the man. Guardian tapping away through the smoke. Ends up running completely past Max. He gets shot from behind, actually, is crucial as well, doing some work. Even Aiken, last man standing. They're both trying to just charge him en masse. Max, tap it away. Thought he was going to maybe tank that, but he does pick up the frag in the end. 9-7. And for pretty much a full commit towards mid work. Well, they had the crossfire set up, but the smoke just gave them enough cover. Stop the guard quad from causing mass destruction. And you know, sometimes you just need a bit of luck in those situations, which they did find. A minute left to play. Similar kind of setup. One player lurking out towards A. The rest stacking to Banana. Chips gets 1, 2, 3. And then Kreese there to back up as well. Whoa. Impressive Swag 7 action. It's the jumping one that I was most surprised with. Now, stop with that gun. The amount of times that I get that close and pretty much stick it up the nose of my opponent and then don't manage to get a frag from it. This guy just jumps over the wall and gets a kill with it from there on the full. Unbelievable. This is why these guys are playing Counter-Strike and I'm talking about it, though. I would say fine margins, but there's nothing fine about it. There is just margins. Endpoint still keeping the one-round advantage in their favour. A couple of those AKs that they bought, they have been dropped. 1-for-1 trade. They might want to think about going fast here. Haven't checked the sandbags. Robin able to swing as the second man through and find that player. 3v3 though, as the rotate now starts to come in. Two players there to boost, and it looks like they want to push on with this, using the boost up onto the flowers. His vision over the smoke as the bomb plant's going to come in. Throwing the fake catches to try and draw someone out. Now it will. It does work as Aiken shows himself up from Banana. Same play again, trying to draw out. feel like maybe the $800 would have been a little more important. We go back to 9-all. Full eco from the Endpoint boys. Full spend from their opponents. AWP in the hands of Guardian. Had a peek towards the bottom of mid. Nothing doing, no one facing. It's areas like mid crossover when the AWP can get exposed a little, depending on what kind of level you're talking about. An AWPer of Guardian's quality, of course, you'll have plenty of ways to deal with situations like that. Yeah, you'll find some AWPers that are great in long-range situations, like the pick mids and whatever, as Aiken gets the spray down, finds two before he's traded out. That's Bubble to come in and get two of his own in the meantime, as Flames makes his way to the site. 1 HP, nothing really that he could do in that situation. Have a little look at the scoreboard again. Nothing much to really separate these two teams the longer that we've got into it. Similar splits. Showing towards Banana, showing towards A. Guardian having a little peek towards mid. Takes a little nibble from Max. Nothing much to worry about. But falling all the way back. So in the meantime, Bubble got drawn on the rotate over towards B site, and he's still there over towards Ruins. I think now they'll definitely be getting on their bike. This is a pretty comprehensive commitment from Endpoint, but still that third man over towards B doesn't show, doesn't engage. Surreal gets one pick, and then Guardian is stuck on site in no man's land, really, with the AWP, and Endpoint players pushing all around. Now the rotate, they think about it and then decide that maybe it's not the best plans. Endpoint bring it back to 10-all. And maybe, I understand you may be worried about the fake, but when you're committing that much utility to something, it's a really hard sell. You're on the fake. Surely you'd get on your bike and head back. Plus, I tend to find that if you want the third player to come into the B site, I'd maybe rather have them there on the retake from CT rather than being site-side. That's in terms of angles, really. You haven't got too much room to work in there. think again we go much the same. Hang back. Wait for the nades to come down banana. Throw a bit of utility at both bomb sites and then make a move. And considering how the last round played out, an Endpoint most likely won't pick up on this. It's only because we've got the power of X-Ray and radar and that sort of thing. But I don't think they'll be as quick to rotate a player over towards B this time. Might make it easier for Endpoint to make an approach onto B. A couple of them just run completely past Guardian. That information will be coming in on comms now that he's there, but you know, they pretty much just have to go for it at this stage as Robin gets caught. Guardian goes for the third, but it was a M4 in his hand rather than an AWP, and maybe that had something to do with it. Allows Flames to wrap in from library side and pick up 2 players with a really tidy AK transfer. Doesn't know where this is coming from, but Ships. Probably third choice AWPer in this lineup, I guess, with Guardian and Aiken in there. Shows a little bit as he gives Flames a haircut. As for the only way is Essex fade on the sides. Against the Eco, though, chance for the guys from England and Sweden and Israel to bring it home. And Holland. Also fast real, playing the lurk role. Able to catch one of the rotators. Now it's completely opened up the A site like a tin of beans. Bomb plant upcoming. Guardian maybe going to grab himself a weapon if Flames isn't able to step in, and does. Second man there as well. Flames 1 frag away from 20, crucial, 2 away. Trying to really hit their straps and deliver the goods now. Endpoint backing up against a full spend, aside from the SMG in the hands of Ships. But most importantly, have a look at... Okay, I didn't need that. So have a look at what cash they've got left. Absolutely nothing. This is the time. Win this buy v buy. Force them back onto pistol. And it's practically there for the taking. Catching 2 now from around about the spawn area. Williams pick going to cause some movement. Bubbles in there, but he's traded out by the fire, and Max able to swing around. That's 4 for him. Play the longest running Endpoint campaigner in this lineup. Still producing, still getting numbers. Causing havoc. This is pretty much it. For the first time really in this match, it's clear that it's there and ready for the taking. Flames up Banana. Not going to get done by the jumping Swag 7 again. Tough shot to make, does make it. Able to bring the spray transfer through to get the next man as well. Surreal working away. Walked himself into a bit of a kill shoot, but they haven't really got the firepower to cause any problems. 4v2 against. And so they don't put one of these AKs down if they can in the hands of Aiken or Guardian, the two danger men. Not because they're necessarily going to be able to bring it home. As you want to take every advantage away from them that you possibly can as they look to get themselves back into this deciding map. There's Flames with another 3K, collecting frags in bunches now. Really tidy stuff as we go to 14-10. Full and fast commit towards mid. Now goes Bubble straight away. They try and get the crossfire going, but it just doesn't work. Surreal able to find both men from both sides, assisted by a little bit of a smoke. Doesn't matter. He's able to see the tracer fire through it. And in comes the plant. Have a look at the money again. Aiken with a grand. And aside from that, nothing much left. Clean sweep, flawless victory for Endpoint. They look to put themselves at 15-10 up. Bring this match home and book themselves a spot in the closed qualifier while they're at it. Skirmish as well. We see Flames dropping two of those guns out of hand. They will scrub together whatever they can. A FAMAS. A scavenged AK. An ump. As much utility as they can muster between them. A couple of players without head armor, but one shot headshot with the AKs plus an AWP. And Ship's now getting aggressive, trying to turn the tide a little bit and get pushy. Aiken there to back up as well. Manages to trade back. Still not the end of the world. That's making it a little more challenging for Endpoint. Stacking up towards top and mid. The job practically done, but I just need to push it over the edge. The Guardian coming from behind could be a problem, especially if they don't work too quickly. Maybe thinking about a wrap to B. Instead, that Guardian's fallen back. Aiken flushed out into the path of Crucial, but he wasn't able to capitalise on that. 4v2. Nice entry from Max into the site. Aiken's position is known. Robin able to find him. Should be able to stick down the bomb plant. No, Guardian. Comes in behind from bottom mid. To top, works around the quad side. 15-11. Full spend coming in from Endpoint again. Still a chance to bring it home. Still a chance to cause problems as well. The economy's still far from set on the CT side. Super fragile, and even winning the round doesn't necessarily save you on that front. The build-up is patient, the approach measured. Waiting for YOLO pushes, waiting for signs of rotates. Waiting for utility to get used. We see plenty of flashes going over. Aside from 2 flashes, everything has been spent, but there's only 20 seconds left to go. Endpoint making the same mistake, but they've got an entry. Aiken's position is known. They need to try and catch him as quick as they can. Shift's on the site as well. His position is known, but he gets one. Trying to do what he can. 5 seconds on the clock. Mighty Max finds one on the rotate. Has the chance for a second, as well as the bomb plant does come in over towards the other bomb site. Mighty Max finds Bubble on his way out. 1v1 situation. But Aiken with the 4K. Just about able to do enough. And grab that defuse as well. The victory is so close, but still hasn't quite been delivered as yet. So the SMG and very limited utility in the hands of the CTs. So you're feeling the pressure. 4 guns dropped out of hand last time out, and all utility spent as well. During the quite early stages of the round. Little contrast in approach. Endpoint being allowed the top of banana. Max gets one before he's traded out instantly. The rotate has to come in from Aiken pretty quick. He now decides against it and drops back. That is potentially a little soft. Especially with Aiken facing, if they can take him out of there. Looks like B's going to be the play. There's a little more time left to go on the clock. They're giving themselves 20 seconds or so more. Kree's doing the work with the SMG up close. Keeping within the effective range of that weapon. Crucial with the AWP and Robin with the AK. Picking up a frag apiece as they try and get that bomb planted with 15 seconds left to go. And they do. Robin facing the AWPer out towards CT. Doing some really good damage to him, but doesn't quite pick up the frag. It's so unlucky. In the meantime, allows Crucial to get the banana player. 1 man left to find is Aiken. Crucial tries to wiggle peek him. Robin maybe could have sat in, but instead he decides to face. And after an epic battle, including a 3rd map and overtime, we see Endpoint able to bring it home.